Welcome back, everybody, once again to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. That's right, we are finally getting another VOD out. I know it has been quite some time since my last VOD, but in any case, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Suburban Arena 1.02 Plus Release 8 as the red nod, we do have Cabal. His teammate in the north as the green steel talons, we do have Bravo 3. And on the right-hand side as the purple or pink, I believe it is purple, steel talons, we do have Bonus Rue. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, his teammate as the pink steel talons, we do have Worker. So that's right, you heard me correctly. It is going to be 3 steel talons in a single vanilla nod in this game. 2 versus 2 action on Suburban Arena. Let's go ahead and jump right into this game and see what we have going on. Actually, a real quick announcement while we are watching a couple of scout engagements here is my new FPV series has just begun. I have posted my first episode of Sparty Vision, and it is up and is getting a decent amount of attention on my channel, so be sure to stop by, check that out, have a few laughs at the newbie gameplay. It is strictly for fun, just some entertaining gameplay from a different perspective instead of just the pros. Who wants to watch the pros play? But we do see a single Raider Buggy Scout going to be coming out for Cabal. He definitely wants to go ahead and get some eyes on this right side team, as he does not want to go against Steel Talons completely undefended, as we do see a couple of towers going ahead and getting drafted off and actually almost losing that particular rifleman squad, perhaps going to be bringing that buggy back just to go ahead and kill that off. So we'll have to see if any of these players are able to go ahead and keep those alive. But we can see actually going to be getting Pitbull up here for Bravo into the base of Bonus. Going to go ahead and get eyes on this base and just see that it is going to be a standard build for Bonus. Looks like it's going to be a pretty standard build for Bravo 3 as well as Cabal. Cabal actually going ahead and packing up his MCV, going to be looking to perhaps move a little bit more forward, going to be getting just a little bit more build radius for his base defenses, and we can see that Worker is also going for a fairly standard build here, nothing too crazy, not going to be seeing any kind of early game rushes, but it's looking like it is going to be tier 2 for Bonus coming down straight away, going to be dropping that command post, so going to be perhaps seeing an airfield or maybe some quick tier 3. I know Bonus typically likes to go for the a little bit more campy style gameplay, but also going ahead and getting out some early behemoths would not be a bad thing to do, as he would be able to rain death and destruction down on this field. But actually this game's starting off kind of slow. None of these players really opening up too aggressively, just going to be going ahead and getting their macro on pretty heavily here. Going to be just seeing a couple more scouts out across the map. We can see actually our right side team of Bonus and Worker going ahead and grabbing all 3 of the bunkers here, and actually we do have some beacons down, so it is going to be an airfield and orcas out for Bonus Rue. Going to be putting that tier 2 to good use here. Going to be looking to go ahead and snipe down some of the economy of either Bravo or Cabal here, and we'll have to see what he chooses to do with those orcas. We can see they are just now moving across the middle of the field and are going to be perhaps chasing down this Raider Buggy. Not quite sure what he is up to just yet. Looks like he is going to go ahead and choose to fire on that Raider Buggy. Going to be perhaps losing an orca here. Yes, he does lose an orca, but manages to take out 2 of the bikes, as well as heavily damaging that particular Raider Buggy, and going to be going ahead and taking more swings at these Pitbulls out of Bravo 3. Going to go ahead and snipe that down as well. So Bonus being fairly effective with those early game orcas, going to be looking to get some damage on these early units out of both Bravo and Cabal. Going to be sniping down a fair few, but is poised to lose a few of these here, as we do have a couple of Pitbulls out of Bravo going to be looking to go ahead and get some damage off, but the repairs from the airfield are actually going to be good enough for Bonus to go ahead and prevent that from happening, and we can just see some militant squads just walking across Tiberium. We do actually have a foxhole that's made its way into the base of Bravo 3, actually going to be getting pretty good eyes on this side of the map, and we can see just some more scouts facing off, but actually going to be having some bikes out of Cabal looking to come up here and snipe down a couple of these orcas. Going to go ahead and snipe down one of the orcas straight away, and going to be heavily damaging a second one, but it does not seem that Bonus is too fussed about that. He is going to go ahead and continue to push forward and snipes down another Raider Buggy, going ahead and transitioning into Pitbulls for Worker. Going to be looking to go ahead and counter this Pitbull slash bike buggy out of Cabal and Bravo, and that will be a nice way to go ahead and do that. And we can see that Bravo is actually going for Pitbulls himself, a single Titan moving out across the middle of the map, but it's likely going to be sniped down pretty quickly by these orcas, but actually going ahead and sniping down one of the orcas as well. Going to be losing losing all 3 orcas there, not going to be good, and actually just now starting to drop some watchtowers here to go ahead and defend this off. And meanwhile, we just see some infantry standing on Tiberium, so not a whole lot going on the other side of the map. But Bravo is going to go ahead and pull back here. He has gone ahead and sniped down a fair few of those Orcas. Going to be setting Bonus back a bit here, as he's going to need to rebuild those. And it will just be some lost income for him. But we will be just seeing some behemoths out for Bravo. Going to be looking to transition into that heavy artillery. Likewise for Bonus, going to be looking to go for the heavy artillery. Also has the Reclamator hub down as well. Going to be looking to go for a Marv, perhaps as a meat shield. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on for Worker. Worker is going for Titans here. Actually, surprisingly for Titans, you don't typically see this here, as especially against Nod, seeing that the militant rocket squads are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. But we do have the supporting hammerheads, which do appear to have AP ammo upgraded. Going to be looking to go ahead and do some damage here. We do have a disruption tower down for Cabal, so Nod going to be quite effective in terms of hiding these bases here, which is going to be really nice for both Cabal and Bravo. But Cabal is going to be having to make sure that he keeps his power online, as once he loses that, he is going to be in for some trouble here. And actually, we're going to be seeing the hammerheads facing off against these infantry, going to be going ahead and sniping down one of the hammerheads straight away, but losing a decent amount of that infantry. We do have a flame tank out on the field. Not quite sure what Cabal is up to with that. Perhaps going to stealth it and send it around, but we do have a large number of Titans out for Worker, which is going to go ahead and do quite a bit of damage to any forces that move across the middle of the map. We do have the Marv coming out of the Reclamator hub just now, going to be going ahead and garrisoning that up with 4 engineers, so going to be looking to go ahead and use that as a tanking force for the behemoths here. But we do have a large number of behemoths out of Bravo, but they are getting sniped down quite readily by this force of hammerheads with the AP ammo, and actually choosing not to go ahead and snipe down that behemoth. Not sure if that is going to be a good idea, but likewise going for a attack on this infantry force here. Going to go ahead and snipe down a decent number of those guys, as well as coming in and looking to get off some more damage on these behemoths, going ahead and sniping down an additional behemoth. But one behemoth that is heavily damaged is going to go ahead and get away, and that Titan just taking a bit of damage, not too much to worry about. And we can see Worker just starting to move into position here to put some pressure onto Cabal in the south. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on for Bonus. And Bonus has gone into an Orca transition, or rather a Firehawk transition here, so going to be looking to go for some heavy bombing runs. And he does have the Stratofighter as well as hardpoints done, so he is going to be looking to do a tremendous amount of damage and get out of there in time. And let's see what he chooses to go for here. It is going to be the Reclamator hub, and just before that Redeemer comes out, we will be seeing that Redeemer engineering facility going down. And we can see these hammerheads facing off once again against these forces, but it's going to go ahead and be forced to pull back due to the AA batteries as well as the SAM turrets. And we do hear shockwave artillery coming down, and it's looking like it is going to be on the base of Bravo 3. Going to go ahead and lock down the War Factory, as well as a single Titan and Harvester, as well as that refinery there. So that's going to be a pretty good placement for Bonus. But actually, Bonus taking a tremendous amount of damage on this Marv is likely going to be losing that here. Yes, he is going to go ahead and lose that Marv. So great control out of Bravo to go ahead and pull these behemoths out of range of that Marv and allow them to continue to rain death and destruction down from a distance. And Bonus being very effective with the Firehawks coming in here and bombing down that War Factory while getting away with the Stratofighter. But is going to be losing pretty much all of his behemoths here, and yes, they are all going to go ahead and get cleaned up by Bravo 3, and seeing that they are so close to Bravo's base, he does have an opportunity here to go ahead and steal those husks, and it looks like Bonus is going to go ahead and try to prevent that by sniping down these husks, and actually Cabal going ahead and destroying a few of them as well, perhaps thinking that there are engineers on the way. We do have an orbital strike coming down from one of the players on the right-hand side. I'm not quite sure who it is, as they are both a Steel Talons faction, and we do see an obelisk of light down for Cabal as well. Not going to be a great way to go ahead and deal with these behemoths. There are a decent number of behemoths out of Worker on the right-hand side. Going to be looking to go ahead and continue to put some decent damage on this front line out of Cabal, and we'll have to see if Cabal has any type of an answer. It does not look like he really has the forces at this moment to go ahead and deal with that. It looks like Bonus has gone ahead and built his Marv straight away, and is not going to be wasting any time, going to be likely putting that back into action here. But as we can see, these players are cleaning up the remainders of their expansions here, so once that Tiberium is gone, every unit will count. And we can see there is a huge number of behemoths out of Worker, going to be looking to put some pressure on this base for for Cabal, and actually Cabal has a disruption tower down here, so he will be hiding some of this base as well as the infantry forces as they push forward. But these infantry just being annihilated by the rifleman squads here in the middle of the map, and this Marv just going ahead and pulling back out of Bonus due to the behemoths out of Bravo 3. Bonus does not want to allow that to happen again, and we can see the Firehawks coming in once again and sniping down that refinery out of Cabal. So Bonus being very effective with the Firehawks, and we can see that Bravo is rocking up to the cause here, gonna go ahead and defend his teammate against the large number of behemoths out of Worker. But these Hammerheads have massed up to a pretty big number here, and they're going to be looking to come in here and do a decent bit of damage. But we do have tungsten upgrades as well as, I believe, Tiberium core missile, so that is going to be a pretty good anti-air defense out of both of our players. But we do have, actually I completely missed this, we have the Ion Control Center down, going to be looking to go ahead and get some super weapons out on the field. Going to be going for Bravo 3, going to be looking to go ahead and do some heavy damage to either the army or the bases of our right side team here. And we can see these Firehawks moving out across the middle of the map once again for Bonus, doing a tremendous amount of damage, being extremely effective. But we do have tungsten slingshots out on the field for Bravo, and it appears as though these behemoths just simply don't have the ability to turn around fast enough, but actually do manage to go ahead and snipe down 3 of those slingshots. But actually, once again, the sonic artillery coming down, going ahead and or rather the shockwave artillery locking down a lot of those behemoths, but not prior to that Marv going down once again. So Bravo going ahead and being very effective with the behemoths, sniping down that Marv twice in this game, but going ahead and losing all of his behemoths to this force here out of Bonus. And we'll have to see, these are a large number of behemoths, but there's not a whole lot of supporting units here. So some infantry, some nice infantry spam, or perhaps some aircraft could go ahead and deal a decent amount of damage to these forces. And we can see it is going to be a bit of a hammerhead transition out of Bravo in the north, and we can see it is infantry in the south. So both Bonus and Worker are in a bit of a pinch here, as Bonus is looking to put some pressure on, but only has a single behemoth left at this point. And we can see Bravo is actually streaming out combat engineers at this point, going to be looking to go ahead and secure a lot of those husks for himself. Going to be a good way to keep his units on the front line. And we can see Cabal being very effective in going ahead and cleaning up the remainder of that force there. We can see just some more Titans out of Worker in the south, as all of these players have cleaned up all of the Tiberium here. So it's going to be down to the last man at this point. Going to have to see how these players go ahead and choose to continue to fight here, and actually going ahead and sniping down a couple more of these Hammerheads. Going to be getting off some damage on these Firehawks, not actually managing to snipe any down just yet, but a huge number of missiles coming in, as well as the Tungsten AA are going to be actually doing a decent bit of damage to these Firehawks. But actually Bonus going ahead and getting away with only a single loss there. That is going to be a good thing for Bonus. But we can see just some infantry down in the south going to be taking a little bit of damage from Tiberium, and perhaps some harvesters. Not quite sure if I missed anything there, but not a whole lot going on. We can see actually Bravo being very, very aggressive with these slingshots, actually moving them straight into range of the Firehawks. Going to be looking to go ahead and snipe down the remainder of those Firehawks. Just a single Firehawk out on the field, and just as Bonus thinks he is out of the woods with the anti-air, the stealth tanks out of Cabal going ahead and rocking up to the cause and smashing it down. But the ion cannon is ready to fire. Let's go ahead and see what Bravo chooses to go ahead and destroy here, and it looks like it is going to be the infrastructure of Bonus Rue, but Bonus actually moving out of range with the 2 behemoths that he has. But he has lost a huge chunk of change here, as he has lost the majority of his production, actually all of his production, just now throwing down a barracks here. Going to be looking to go ahead and get that production back online, but Bonus has been set back pretty heavily here, as his entire standing army has been destroyed just prior to the ion cannon. The ion cannon just adding insult to injury, going ahead and destroying that base. So we'll have to see what Bonus is able to come up with here, going ahead and going for dual racks. It looks like it is going to be an infantry transition out of Bonus, and we can see actually Cabal just sniping down some stray harvesters out of Bonus and Worker, and going to go ahead and clean up the remainder of those husks. But we can see actually Bravo going ahead and securing more and more of these behemoths back from the field. Going to be a great way to go ahead and put those engineers to good use. And we can just see infantry fighting infantry on the front lines. So a lot of transitions in this game. We can see Cabal is going to be looking to go ahead and get away from that shockwave artillery, as he's going to be losing a decent amount of forces here, and that's going to be a good way for Worker to go ahead and just stifle this army here, going ahead and preventing that from doing too much damage to his infrastructure. And we are going to be seeing these rifleman squads taking a lot of damage from this force here, as they do have full upgrades with the Tiberium Infusion, as well as the Confessor, and the Confessors rather do have the ability to throw those hallucination grenades, so they are going to go ahead and do a lot of damage. But Bravo, or rather Bonus, actually choosing to go ahead and move his construction yard forward. Going to be perhaps looking to go for a base push. Going to be looking to get some watchtowers on the front lines here, but that is going to go ahead and get sniped down by the remaining behemoths out of Cabal. And it looks like actually Bonus is going to be looking to go ahead and grab some of these behemoths for himself. He is pumping out engineers at this point. It looks like he is going to go ahead and secure 2 of those behemoths for himself. And actually a large number of rifleman squads going to be going ahead and trying to snipe down this behemoth here. But it looks like we do have a fully heroic, completely upgraded militant squad with both of its members still alive, so that is potentially going to be doing a lot of damage. We can see a small pitbull contingent out of Worker in the north going to be looking to snipe down some of these harvesters. That's going to be a good way to go ahead and continue to put some damage off, but actually pulling back prior to destroying that harvester, not sure if that was the greatest idea, but these guys definitely do know what they are doing, so we'll have to see what he chooses to go for. We do see another behemoth out of Bonus actually being destroyed here, and Cabal going ahead and denying any additional recapture of that husk by destroying it straight away, and actually going ahead and capturing this behemoth back for himself, or rather his teammate Bravo going ahead and securing that once again. Bravo being very effective with the engineers, going ahead and recapturing those husks, just showing how important it is to go ahead and do so. And it's looking like Bonus is running pretty skinny in terms of units and production here, as his entire base has been pretty much cleaned up by the ion cannon, and his choice to go ahead and move that MCV forward was perhaps not the wisest. But in any case, we are going to be seeing the slingshots out of Bravo going to be coming in and being put to great use, going ahead and crushing a lot of this infantry, actually all the infantry out of Bonus. So going to be a good way to go ahead and put those units to good use. Once all of the aircraft are gone, you do still want to be able to use your units, and that is how the slingshots are going to be used. And we can see Cabal is going to go ahead and use the brute force of his army here to go ahead and put some pressure on this base, going ahead and sniping down that barracks as well as the bunker here out of Bonus, and is now going to be looking to push on the south towards Worker here. And we do see 3 AP ammo Wolverines going to be looking to push forward and snipe down some of this infantry swarm, but actually we do have both hammerheads as well as behemoths going to be here to support, and we do have a couple of pitbulls in the background as well. But we do actually have a commando on the field. Commando on the field from Cabal. Going to go ahead and snipe down that Titan, being able to go ahead and use the commando to actually essentially detonate a charge on any walker unit. So the Titans, behemoths, avatars, anything like that, tripods, going to be able to go ahead and destroy those with a single click of the button. And we'll be seeing this commando going ahead and destroying that war factory. And it's looking like Cabal, being a very smart player, going ahead and choosing to go for the commando here, realizing that there's really no answer for this out of either Bonus or Worker. And Bonus, I'm not quite sure what he is up to at this point. It's looking like his only remaining barracks is being camped by a single hammerhead here, and actually Bonus has been defeated, so we're going to be seeing Cabal looking to put on a lot of pressure, and Worker has been defeated. So Cabal and Bravo coming through with a fantastic victory in this exciting matchup on Suburban Arena. So let's go ahead and recap this game really quickly. 18-minute and 20-second game. We can see all of these players coming in pretty close in terms of economy, not a huge spread. As we can see, right around the 11-minute mark is when everybody started really kind of slowing down in terms of economy, not having that huge boost like they did in the early game, but actually a good choice out of Bravo to go ahead and go for that super weapon really early on, getting the ion cannon down so that way when he is able to go ahead and fire, it is going to be at a point of no return for Bonus, going ahead and destroying all of that infrastructure. And Bonus just simply was not able to recover. Went ahead and pushed forward with his MCV and get a decent amount of base defenses on the front lines, but it's just not going to be enough with the behemoths on the field from Bravo. So great game, very exciting to watch. I hope you all enjoyed the cast, and I will catch you all next time. Having 3 avatars behind this Marv, going to be dealing a ton of damage to the rear armor, and a 4th avatar rocking up to the fight, as well as an obelisk and this Redeemer. He may actually go ahead and snipe down this Marv.